By no surprise, Jamaica has 4.3 million tourists a year, and this dish is probably why.
Welcome back to another Unruly video. If you're new, welcome. Hit the subscribe button, hit the bell so you know we post. If you're a returner, what's poppin'? Today, we're going to be making curry chicken with roti and a side of rice. First thing that you want to do is season your chicken. Start with some canola oil. Doesn't have to be canola oil, it can be whatever oil you decide, but put some of that in there. Some pimento seeds and black peppercorns. Coat that on the top. Pimento seeds is one of the big ones. Pimento berries is pretty much used in all of the West Indian dishes and really gives the food that or the plate some flavor. So never forget the pimento berries, and you always want to use black pepper. Some seasoning salt. Again, this is the Badia seasoning salt. I don't know if you've ever had this one, but I'll tell you right now, it gets a bit salty if you use too much. Next, we have some red pepper flakes. These you can use lightly because we'll be adding another ingredient that makes the pot kind of spicy. See how much we use this. This is a principal seasoning. Onion powder. It is a staple. You must have this in your cabinet. If you're a chef, if you cook, whatever, this is a staple. And again, you don't have to go hard with this because we have onions that have to go in the pot. Another staple, principal seasoning that you need is some garlic powder. We'll add that on top. My favorite, Maggi cubes. Chicken bouillon Maggi cubes. Pop those open. Last but not least, and the most important to differentiate this pot from any other chicken pot, curry powder. We make curry chicken a lot just because of how simple and quick it is. I'm usually not the chef though. Someone else does it, so I don't have to. Give it a decent coating, open the cap, put it in there. With this curry powder, you can use that amount just because it's not as strong as some original, some authentic curry powder. So you may have to use a little more with this, but again, it's with the amount of chicken that you have. So always gauge back and forth. There's no real measurement I can give you just because different powders call for different flavors or different amounts, because there's Badia has curry powder, Betapak has curry powder. Everybody has curry powder. You just have to gauge it and know what curry powder you're using. Here we have some pre-diced onions, some fresh thyme stems, tomatoes, the secret pepper ingredient, and some green scallion chopped up. And you can just throw all of this in of your bowl with chicken and seasoning. Now that you have your vegetables in there, now you want to grab a wooden spoon because we use metal pots, and stir it all together, because if you use your hands are going to get very yellow. We don't want that. You just want to mix until everything is coated. This don't look like enough curry, you know. Looks like you want more curry. You see what I'm saying? You have to gauge how much curry has to go in there. You won't know until you start mixing, and you can feel free to add more. There's no exact measurement, again, as we spoke about before. Just do it till the shit's yellow. Turn your heat on to high, and then take your oil, get your oil pretty hot. You don't want too much oil, but you need enough. Take the curry that you have, and you wanna just throw it in the pot, but I don't think the pot's just ready yet. We have 2 more ingredients that you need, which is your ginger and your garlic. So we're gonna put these here. You know your oil's ready when it gets really, really runny, like water. Or you can do the crazy method and throw water in there and get that shit splashing, but we don't do that. Take your curry, sprinkle that in. Take your garlic, take your ginger. Don't let it get too dark or too brown. You just want it at a nice little yellow consistency. We'll drop in our chicken. The special ingredient is this Scotch bonnet pepper. You don't want to leave this in here until it bursts, or the food will be inedible. You will not be able to eat this food at all if you let that shit burst. If you really like the spice, then let it pop, but not me. I'm good. Let that cook out. And while that's cooking out, Take a small pot of rice. Listen, we eat a lot in here. I don't know about y'all house, but we eat a lot. A little bit of rice, a little bit of roti, you'll have a nice little meal. So now what you wanna do is make your small pot of rice. You make brown rice, wild rice, I don't give a shit what you make, but we're gonna side it with some white rice. Curry is usually best served with white rice. Add just about that much in there. Yeah, that's fine. Let me stir this real quick. You should have added the water in the bowl that you had the chicken in to get all the flavors that were on the bowl that stuck to the side. And you just want to pour that right in. Cover, turn down the heat just a bit. I don't know about y'all, but washing the rice is a must. There's too much shit on it. Like, have you ever found bugs? I found bugs. I found husks. I found rocks, dirt, all sorts of foolishness inside of rice. So those folks that say, oh, you don't need to wash your rice. Oh, rice. Wash your rice, yeah. You nasty if you don't wash your rice. You see how white that water? Look at that nasty shit. You'll be ingesting that. Fucking nasty piece of shit. This is what you should be doing. You should be rinsing your rice off until the water start to look clear. You should be able to drink the water, to be honest. And as you can see the rice. And add about that much. Use your finger and you see the first notch. If it hits that notch when you put your hand down, you're good. And one of the biggest things with rice is that once it goes soggy, once rice is soggy, you can't save it. You have to make another pot. I turn rice straight on to high. That's just me. I go straight to high. I don't, no ramping business, because I want the water to be boiling, I want the rice to be ready, and as soon as the rice starts to boil and you start to see little holes, I'll show you, but there's gonna be holes, pockets of holes that come up in the rice. Once you start to see that and the water starts to evaporate away, turn it down, turn it on low, keep it pushing. Rice is very simple to make, don't overcomplicate it. With your chicken, see this right here? This is weed. You wanna put your weed inside the pot. That's not weed, it's bay leaves. Maybe 2 our tree. You can really see everything in here. Everything, from the tomatoes, to the scallion, to the onions, to the seasoning that you put on earlier. All of it's in here, and all of it's gonna cook down. Like this right here is a tomato. That's a tomato. That's gonna dissolve. So don't worry too much about it. The color may not look as sharp as you want it to in the beginning, but as the water evaporates and the seasoning stick to the chicken, it's gonna get real colorful. Cover that, allow that to cook for about 15 to 20 minutes. Oh, the one thing that you wanna add in rice is butter. This is actually butter. This is not leftovers, okay? I know your grandmother and your mom and whoever the hell you live with used to do that, so. This is salted butter, so take a nice little portion of that, put it on top. So now what we're gonna do is we're gonna work on the roti. Don't overthink this. I know it's a lot of multitasking, a lot of running around, but once your chicken's on the pot like you see, you can just leave that and let it simmer and cook for 15 to 20 minutes and test it, see what it needs. If you need to add salt, add salt. If you need to add pepper, do whatever you have to do. Take out the Scotch bonnet so it doesn't get overly hot. But now we're gonna work on the roti. And this realistically shouldn't take you over an hour as long as you're doing everything that you can to make sure you get it done in an hour. Roti time. I'm gonna grab a roti. As you can see, they're little dough balls. And you wanna put one side in the flour, brush that off. One side and the other side of flour, brush that off. And then take your rolling pin and roll it out. You may want a video with how to make roti. That'll be a different video because that's another process. If you want a roti video like this video, and leave a comment down below saying that you want a tutorial on how to make roti. We flattened it out, looks like this. What you want to do is put your roti pot on medium. If you don't have one of these spatulas just as yet, you should get one. It's great for oiling roti and all your other goods with the sauces that you desire. Doesn't need too much oil. You don't want it to be running in oil or making a fried pancake of the sorts. Nah, you just want to oil the pot just enough. Okay. And we'll put that in flat like that. And we'll oil this top side. You'll know it's ready to be flipped when those bubbles kind of get overwhelmingly big. As you can see, the roti is ready to be flipped. So what we're gonna do is take this spatula, flip it like that. And it's a nice brown color. I like my roti light skin. I like my roti light skin. I like my food light skin. Cookies, 2 big brownies, roti, whatever it is needs to be light skin. Because it needs a light crust on the outside, a little light crustification. And then on the inside, nice and fluffy. When it's dark as ass on the outside, that should be dry than a motherfucker on the inside. I promise you, if somebody gives you some dark shit on the outside, don't eat it. It's dry. What you're looking for is those brown specks as you see here, 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 here. You just want to see those everywhere. Oh no, I think I burnt the rice. Ja. Oh no, I didn't. Lid. Rice is pretty much done. You can cover that. Turn the rice off, and this roti, oh, you see? Look at that, just in time. So now that it's flipped, let that other side with the oil cook up just a bit. Take a little bit of oil it up to keep it moisturized, lock in the moisturization. And look at that, doesn't that look pretty? I think that looks pretty. What you wanna do from here is now fold it. It should be light and airy. Fold it 1 time. And fold it 2 times. Oh shit. Now what you wanted is a little bowl or something to put your roti in. Line it with some paper towel and then just drop them inside and cover it with a cloth. Don't cover it with the cover because then the moisture will be locked inside and make it soggy. You don't want that. So take this roti, now it's all done, place it on the inside. And voila, pretty much how you make roti in a nutshell. Very simple, very quick, and it's great, and you'll see how good it is with the curry chicken when it's done. You can see that the curry has thickened up just a bit, the water has evaporated, the color has sunken inside of the meat now, and everything is pretty much dissolved. The tomatoes are gone, onions are gone, scallion gone, they're all broken down into this lovely, nice, beautiful gravy here that we will top on the rice. You can see that. Now that that's all done, rice is done, roti is done, curry's done, it's time to plate it. So what we're gonna do now is grab 2 plates. Grab 2 plates. And now we're gonna fill the plates with the contents that we have just made. So, and there you have it. Your roti, your curry chicken, and your white rice is now done. And you can now eat and enjoy it. What I want you to really look into or look at right now is the roti. So if I show you the roti, I really want you to look at this. It's still piping hot. But when you open up the roti, it has layers. And of course, if you want this recipe, see, it has layers. It's flaky on the outside, nice and warm and fluffy on the inside. And you dip this right in the gravy. Now I can tell y'all. Like that. Just bang. And there you go. You can make this for your girl, side dish, sneaky link, your mother, anybody. Break off a piece of the roti, and then pick up a piece of the chicken like this. Oh my days. Pound this up. My mouth is salivating. I don't know if y'all can hear that, but my days. Pick it up like that. Make a little ball / sandwich. Just like that. I'm really upset. He's a Jamaican now. Promise you. Bro, there's nothing more I can give you. That's it. That's the one. It took an hour to make this meal. In and out. Simple. You make enough for 3-4 days. You can meal prep this. Listen, all that extra oil, you gotta eat boring and brown rice, ground chicken or ground beef, and raw veggies. No, we ain't that. Roti and curry chicken. That's it. So, hope you enjoyed this video. Hope you learned something from it. But we're gonna take you to the island really in a second as we explore Connecticut's best Jamaican cuisine. And you can find the video on the next screen somewhere. You'll see it. Click it when you see it. Thanks for joining me today. Bye.